Welcome to Alanis Business Academy. I'm Matt Alanis, and this is the time value of money. The time value of money is the most important concept in all of finance. This basic concept guides the decisions that investors, bankers, businesses, and many others make each and every day. So what is the time value of money? The time value of money, commonly abbreviated as simply TVM, is the idea that money loses value over time. You may have heard of the saying, $1 received today is worth more than $1 received tomorrow. What this attempts to explain is the fact that the value of your hard-earned money decreases each and every day. As an example, let's say that your friend asked you for $500 with the promise to repay you that same amount of money in 12 months. Although you may be inclined to help your friend out, this wouldn't be a great financial decision. But why? You're still receiving the same $500 you loaned him or her 12 months ago. The truth is that although the numerical value of your $500 remains unchanged, you incur several costs by not having it in your possession. The first, and probably the most obvious cost that you incur, is inflation. Inflation is the increase in the price of goods and services over a period of time. Inflation generally runs at about 2% annually, although it has been quite less as of late. So if you hold your money for that period of time, what you can do with that money actually decreases. To help illustrate this point, let's walk through a quick example based on the information that I provided. Assuming that your friend will repay you, let's calculate the value of your $500 after 12 months. To obtain the answer to this question, we need to perform an action known as discounting to determine the present value of the $500 that we are expecting to receive in 12 months. The financial equation to determine a present value is as follows. PV equals FV divided by 1 plus I to the nth power. In this equation, PV is the present value of our money and what we are trying to determine. FV represents the future value of our money, which is $500. I represents the interest rate that we intend to discount or reduce our $500 by. Generally, for discounting purposes, the interest rate represents what we could have received if we had had the money in our possession and put it to good use. In this case, we're going to discount our money by an inflation rate of 2% to reflect its diminished value. The last bit of data that we need is the number of periods, or N, which will be 1 to reflect the number of years we are going to discount our $500 by. 1 plus our inflation rate of 0.02 to the first power is 1.02. Our future value of $500 divided by 1.02 equals $490.20, rounding to the nearest hundred. What this means is that the $500 that we are receiving a year from now, assuming we loan the money, is actually worth the equivalent of $490.20 today. Although the numerical value is the same, our purchasing power has decreased since goods and services are now more expensive. The second reason that money decreases in value over time is due to opportunity costs. An opportunity cost represents what you give up by loaning the $500 to your friend. More specifically, the opportunity cost reflects the next best alternative. What that is depends upon your unique situation. It could be investing in the stock market, placing the money in a savings account, or even spending it on new clothes. Unfortunately, you incur an opportunity cost by giving up possession of your money. Now, as a result of both inflationary pressures and opportunity costs, your $500 will be worth less in 12 months. This is why banks charge interests on loans and why consumers expect to earn some type of interest when they place their money in a bank. It's simply being compensated for the costs that they incur by not having their money in their possession at this moment in time. So instead of loaning your friend $500 outright, consider incorporating something extra to account for the time value of money. You may not win Friend of the Year, but at least you'll rest easy knowing that you made a sound financial decision. This has been the time value of money. For access to additional videos on finance, be sure to subscribe to Alanis Business Academy, and also remember to like and share this video with your friends. Thanks for watching.